We are watching the US dollar fight for its life right now. The US dollar is in major trouble and can collapse at any time. Just like that. Just kidding, guys, I'll tape this back up. But let's be serious. The US dollar isn't what it once was. The US dollar used to be the world's currency. And now, it's not. The US dollar used to play a pivotal role when we had major economic uncertainty. During periods of financial turmoil, the dollar would often be looked at as a safe haven asset. Yes, I know it's hard to believe, but it used to be a safe and stable, reliable currency, which used to provide stability for investors and helped ease the impacts of economic troubles. But now things are a bit different and they're changing fast. The second and third most powerful countries in the world, let me repeat that sentence, the second and third most powerful countries in the world, Russia and China, are overtaking the US dollar by forming their own currency. But not only are they forming an alliance to overtake the US dollar, they're also trying to kill it, destroy it, and get rid of it entirely. Because once they take over the US dollar, we will not be the powerhouse or the greatest country that everyone believes that we are. Love him or hate him, Donald Trump has an amazing interview with Tucker Carlson on the US dollar.
Iran gets together with Saudi Arabia through China. And China's taken over. And China, I heard a couple of people say, well, the dollar will never lose the dollar standard. Are they kidding? China wants to change the standard, the currency standard. And if that happens, that's like losing a world war. We'll be a second-tier country. We'll literally be a second-tier country if that happens. Now, you're losing Brazil. You're losing Colombia, South America. You're losing Iran. You've lost it. You've lost Russia. And if you haven't lost them yet, you're going to lose them. China's on the yuan, so China's gone. Then you see France going over. No, what's going on? We're losing. If we lose our currency, that's the equivalent of losing a world war. Our currency is what makes us powerful and strong.
Like losing a world war. What is absolutely terrifying is the new agreements that China signed with Russia about military, currency, trade, and etc. A lot more. But the biggest and most concerning agreement of them all was the oil transactions and the trade transactions settled in the Chinese currency, the yuan, instead of the good old US dollar. Guess what? Same things happen in Saudi Arabia. They're settling oil transactions, or there's talks of settling oil transactions in the Chinese currency, the yuan. So to the average person, I know you might be confused and this might not seem like a big deal, but let me put it in perspective for you. The US dollar, this thing right here, the US dollar, is how all oil transactions are settled. Or used to be, I should say. Because now it's getting removed from the second and third largest oil producers in the world, and they're moving to the new currency, the Chinese currency, the yuan. And this personally is probably one of the scariest and distressing news stories that I have seen in my entire life.
The fact that oil has always been traded in dollars. If that were to end, that would mean the end of the US dollar.
Why would it be such a big deal for the US dollar to lose power? Well, let's be honest. The US loves doing sanctions. With sanctions, if you don't do it our way, we're gonna hurt you and freeze your assets. I mean, just look at what the US did to Russia last year when they started invading Ukraine. No wonder why Russia wants to take over the US dollar. Without sanctions, the US has less power to control countries, right? And their power is dissolving quickly. Which is why Biden is getting troops ready for war with China. And yes, Biden said he wants to deter China with greater US military presence in the Philippines. This all comes down to the US dollar. That's it, nothing else. If the US dollar isn't at the top, then the US is not going to be top dog. And this is why I think Trump was right. Losing the dollar is like losing the world war, because then we'll go in an economic depression and go down spirally. And I don't know how long it'll take for us to recover, if we ever can. Another scary thing is that this is not reaching the mass public. And my mom, my sister, my friends, my dad, and my brother, they all do not know what's happening until I tell them. So if you do one thing, share this video via YouTube, at the dinner table, at your workplace, and just spread the information with your family. Because what I want is your family to be protected. Tell them we need to start accumulating assets such as gold, silver, Bitcoin, stocks, real estate. These will uplift you during uncertain times like we are in now. And this is where we all should be at. Thank you for watching.